I've put my head on the toilet seat in a Hotel Malia room and like film like an hour's scene doing it, and it's just always in my mind for some reason. Yeah, things we do as actors. It's not all glitz and glamorous. First film I remember watching would have to be Hercules by Disney. It made me want to be strong, courageous, and I think that might be where I found my love for horses as well, because I was very fond of Pegasus. So yeah, it had quite a big impact on me. For me, the biggest inspiration has to be Making the Selfish Giant, where I learned and realised that I had the ability to act. I never really watched films or performances and looked at them as an inspiration. Because I got street casted and I was never really, as a kid, I never thought I would be in the industry. I got given a good opportunity as well, so it made me want to learn and you know, give back. I don't want to say this is the best film scene, because you could do an interview with me again in another few weeks and it might be a completely different movie scene, but the one that comes to mind has to be the Robert De Niro scene in Bronx Tale, where he's telling his young son to be a working man.
The working man is the tough guy. Your father's the tough guy.
You know, I think the emotion and the teachings and the passion in that scene and the delivery, it's like Robert De Niro had heard that from somewhere else before, and I can really relate to his passion and what he's saying. So yeah, for me, that's one of the greatest scenes ever. So for me, when I read this question, I thought about it, and the one that really stuck with me is when we was filming in Malia. I had to do a scene where I had to put my head on the toilet, and every time I think back about that, I think, I've put my head on the toilet seat in a Hotel Malia room and like film like an hour's scene doing it, and it's just always in my mind for some reason. So yeah, things we do as actors. It's not all glitz and glamorous. Just for the sheer peace and quiet, it'd have to be Buster Keaton. So I could just live in silence and don't have to listen to anybody. I think it sounds really, really moody, but yeah. Iconically, and one that I've known from young, has to be Smash Mouth All-Star on Shrek. I literally watched Shrek religiously, yeah, as a kid. Loved it. A lot of films I'm like that with. I'm gonna have to say Titanic. You know the scenes, but I've never actually watched. So I know like that Rose holds Jack, and I know all the moments of the film, but I've never actually watched it. It's always kind of like being on in the background when I've been watching it with family. Well, I haven't been watching it with family, so yeah, it has to be Titanic. How I Love Sex. It's got to be. It's got to be How I Love Sex. Definitely.